I Do we go left? I see no signs. Do we go right? I can't decide. Do we turn back? Do we turn back? Missing your face. First up to mine. What is the day? End up in time. How do we fall? How did we fall? Do we go left? I see no signs. Do we go right? Can't decide. Do we turn back? Do we turn back? Missing your face. First up to mine. What is the day? End up in time. How do we fall? How did we fall?
What's up, guys? It's your boy G-Max. We're back. It's Dominus Gaming Night, GT5's race 3 of 4. Tonight, I'm not joined by Spandex Cobra, unfortunately. He's committed himself to work. He's making that money, cash money. But I am fortunate enough to be joined, however, by Richard, also known as Angelus ZA. Angelus?
How's it going, guys? I had nothing better to do tonight. Thought I'd be here.
That's rude. He was actually excited to be here. So
I'm quite excited to be here, guys. Yeah.
We hopefully please just give a volume check. I just need to know, can you hear Richard? Does he need a little bit more volume? If you guys can hear him, that's good. If you can't, I can always boost him up. We're also gonna get the car's sounds going now, so we're going to go into practice, right? So let me just switch over here to the car cams. They are maybe a little bit loud. I'm going to just drop them down for now. We can always turn them back up if you guys need them. And switch over to the race screen, which is there, and I can hide that interface. Okay, so here we are. We're at Silverstone National, which is a nice little quick circuit. 20 laps we'll be doing tonight. Currently just in the practice session. Obviously, LT has been our man for the last 2 races, should I say. He's taken the victory there, currently sitting right up top on the leaderboard. This is going to be Angelus's first time commentating in Project Cars 2, as well as doing the camera angle. I've given him like all the difficult things. So, Richard, just go wild. I need you to just talk with me, because
100%, man. I'm looking forward to this. Focusing on these two because they're having a fantastic knife fight at the moment.
I'm just gonna give you a little bit more volume here on my side. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'm gonna just put you up there. I think that might be better. Let's just there we go. Okay, yeah, they were having a little knife fight. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, no worries. No, these two have been going at it all this whole time, basically, just focusing on good old Kamoto over here. Been holding a nice defensive line as he's been.
And I mean, just in this practice session so far, I mean, we see the times. There is the return of Alan. Alan, for those that joined us last season, will know, very, very quick racer, puts up the battle with Ulti all the time. And right now you can see currently has the quickest time in practice, holds it over Ulti by 0.2 seconds. So I'm pretty excited to see how Mr. Ulti adapts to having Alan back in amongst the field, someone more to maybe fight and challenge him up front.
Absolutely, I can't agree more. His last couple of performances have been absolutely fantastic, definitely dominating out front. So it's going to be great to see what he does tonight.
I mean, one of the things with Ulti is once he kind of does get that space and there's no one to fight with, he really does just get back into, he's really well known for actually Trackmania. Then he made a switch over to the sim racing side of things.
Oh yeah?
And that Trackmania sort of mentality of just grinding away to get quicker laps and taking time off each lap, and it really does show. He really, I mean, by the end of the last lap race, I think he had a 30 plus second lead, or 25 seconds plus. I can't even remember the number. It was ridiculous.
Along those lines, but approximately, what was it, a second a lap out of second and third every lap that he ran with them.
Yeah, he just taking it away, and I mean 20 laps here. And right now, Alan seems to really be putting up the challenge for Ulti, and I want to see what they manage to do. And if we do you want to just run us through all our contenders here? What we can do is we can just go through each car and their liveries, starting from... Okay. You can make the selection. I would suggest maybe starting from the bottom and making our way up this time. Normally we go from the top of the list down.
Well, we've got some guy, obviously hosts up in the pits at the moment.
So we'll just shout out to Gazoo for hosting and letting us do these fun racing things. He's the owner of Dominus, and we'll just do a little Dominus Gaming plug. If you want to follow them on Twitter, it's at Dominus Gaming SA. I think it's the same on Facebook and all the other places. Come and join if you wanna get involved in the racing. We want everybody there. So That's a little
There's a
Dominus gaming plug.
there is a Discord as well if you want to get involved in the conversation. All right, so next thing we've got Damon coming around the.
Demon,
yeah,
Angelus.
number 39. Sorry.
I want you to say it with aggression. Demon. There we go. And Demon, hoping that he can keep lines tight and clean.
These apexes.
It's Demon in the Monday night racing sessions had a little bit of a aggressive session, should I say?
Was these the fights that were so much made infamous by?
Yeah, there was some fighting in the Monday night racing lobbies. Cars getting a bit close together, but you know, hopefully
guys fighting for as long as they keep it fighting on the circuit. That's where it needs to stay.
That's where we want things to stay. But yeah, so hopefully Demon this time around keeping things within the limits, and old Ford Cave there, loving his livery that he's got going there. I might be a little bit colorblind. I would go with a orange and blue striped white Ginetta. Is that what we'll go with?
That is what we're going with.
Okay. Well, I need to actually just restart the stream chat. I don't know why that's
not working for us.
I don't know why that's not working. Just in case. If it is working, you can just spam emojis. That would be great. So yeah, should we carry on through the lobby? Yeah, Ford Cave 1, just for kicks. ZA.
He had a fantastic showing last time.
In the black and red Ginetta. Yeah, one of my favorite colors.
Okay. 49.
Okay. Sorry. So the stream chat wasn't working. Okay. Now it's working. Solve with the sad meme faces. I'm sorry. Shout out to all the viewers. Get your moms, dads, brothers
for coming to join.
Encourage everybody to come and watch some sim racing. If the volumes were bad, I obviously would never have been able to hear. So let me know if you need more car volume. If you don't need more car volume. You want some rap metal music?
This is nice. Car music's nice.
Okay, car music's good. So let's continue through. Red Phoenix ZA had a first race infamous incident of doing a couple of kick flips.
Oh, was that? Yes, that was
Red Phoenix ZA. Yeah.
Requiring the safety car in race 1.
Yes, and I'm hoping that I can remember him for newer things going forward.
Yes, absolutely. I do remember him.
I do hate that I have to know him for that display of fine car
ballet.
Car ballet. Yeah, let's just go with that. So carrying on.
Destructive car ballet.
Let's carry on. Not to get distracted. Speedy Frosty in a very very similar car, may look like the same car in fact. He drives for Innovation, and he was in the previous seasons of Dominus Gaming. Nice to see him still competing. Currently struggling with a bit of the pace here, it looks like.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just practice. Practice doesn't matter. 2 minutes remaining.
Could very well be hustling people. I know many people who do that. They sit and plonk along in practice. Come qualifying, they pull something out that surprise everyone. So you never know.
Yeah, I kind of do. I do
that. Good stuff. No,
I'm lying. I just, yeah. You'll get to know when we start racing together. I'm hoping you're coming to join me in ACC soon.
Very much so.
Now that you got your PC going, so you'll just see that I try hard in practice and I still look like I'm pretending. So doesn't really
hustling every step of the way.
Silv reckons that he could beat these guys in a pair of Nikes and a wheelbarrow. Silv, I've seen you, mate. I don't think that you could beat our man Ulti up front, even if you had a turbocharged wheelbarrow. But that's the challenge to you. Come and join Dominus Gaming. Come and join the racing. Get into sim racing. It's the new hot thing.
It is the new hot thing. It's where you want to be in 2019.
Behind the seat of your play race car, doing play racing, because that's the best racing for me.
When you prang it, you don't pay for it.
That's also true. And on board here with Renesis, his name often eludes me in the way that I'm meant to say it, but I've practiced over the last week, and Renesis here in the yellow and black Ginetta, so pay attention to him. Currently running down in 17th position according to the timesheet in practice. 51 seconds on the clock until we go over to qualifying. And as you can see, it's a bit dark, so we're going to have ourselves a nighttime race. Yeah,
Nighttime's always always challenging conditions at the best of times. With 21 cars on the grid, it's going to make things just
21 cars on the grid at night on Silverstone National. It's going to be a little bit nuts. I'm hoping that into turn 1 the guys can control it. I mean, we're getting into starting to get that pedigree going. We want to start seeing some clean races, and those turn 1 incidents are, they're fun to see. The big smashes as viewers. I can be guilty of that, but it really in sim racing, it's where we're trying to encourage these guys to start getting a little bit more aware, not dive bombing in. If you do need
not give shipping all over the place.
Yeah, it's the first lap. You got 20 to go. You don't need to take yourself out with someone else. So everybody's racing with full sim damage, and
that makes things just all the more interesting, really, because then you've also got something to lose. You're not just punting someone. You're putting yourself out potentially.
Can we get some onboard action? So what we will do is when we go over to the qualifying lap, so we will jump onto the cars. Angelus, don't give the man the onboard action when he just asks for the onboard action like this. I want you to go back to the track cam. You can't take control of the cameraman here. You'll get your onboards for the qualifying. We wanted to save it for you guys, build up the hype, because Project Cars 2 does have some nice camera angles to work with. Obviously just been running the track side.
Having a look.
But we'll jump on board. I want to see a hot lap from Alan. I want to see a hot lap from LT. I want to see a hot lap coming in from another Primates. I mean, you saw him just take the top position away from LT there. I mean, taking it by 0.1 seconds.
Laps there as well.
My man Chucky. Everyone knows that I root for him. So let's just run through these positions currently according to practice, which means nothing. Other than bragging rights on the stream, which I'll give you guys. So, right here, if you want to flex your times, they will be on stream. I want to see just running down. Interesting. I'm not going to tell you guys my inner thoughts and predictions for the race. Qualifying coming up. Currently got a nice little view of the pit window. Waiting for guys to jump out.
Start moving.
Yeah, so we're going to jump on board. Let's get on board with someone. Can you change to someone getting out of the pits? There we go. Red Phoenix. Gonna be the man up front. He's gonna be taking us for a hot lap, it looks like. Or it's actually an out lap.
Yeah, this definitely is.
I mean, it's an out lap, but I'm gonna call it the. Okay, let's not go with Red Phoenix. I don't like his current
circuits. Yeah.
Trapped. He's also having a little bit of... I mean, another thing to note is we don't have the dedicated server, unfortunately, running for tonight, so we are going PvP. This is due to unforeseen circumstances, hoping that it doesn't affect the racing too much. If it does, we just blame Richard.
That's a good way to start.
That's how
first time. Works. Yeah, first time. You know, big rookie X on the back of my head right now.
I mean, quite a lot of overtaking potential on the circuit as well for guys that aren't hitting their correct braking points and going through with enough speed. So
the circuit is very welcoming to lots of, like, you know, 3 deep into corners, multiple overtaking points. A fantastic circuit.
I don't know why I have random Project Cars 2 shadows on my track. I have no idea what those things are.
Yeah, it might just be a little bit of atmospherics going wrong. Red Phoenix having a bit of trouble in the kitty litter.
Yeah, so let's have a jump on board Ulti if we can. I don't know if he's out of the pits here or if we can go on board.
Indeed, he is.
Can we get a? Can you give me the speedometer on the right-hand side? There should be a little. There we go. We got a speedo, and we can also get a track position. There we go. So currently you can see on this circuit it's not the full Silverstone circuit, it's the shortened version, hence we're just running 20 laps around here. Guys looking to get themselves a little bit of space here in the qualifying session. They've only got 12 minutes to set some lap times, and with about 1 minute 5 seconds and less per lap, I mean the faster guys will probably do it in 102s, right?
Yeah,
or 101s.
High 101s is a definite possibility for the faster guys here tonight.
So, I mean, Ulti set a 102.4, but Camo is actually the man up front. Ulti going to be trying another lap around. Can we jump on board Alan for a second, down in 5th position on the scoreboard? There you go. Alan actually got a little bit of traffic around him as he's going to try and find a little bit of space here.
A lot of traffic. A little bit of slip. I like that. I like that a lot. It's going to be definitely it's going to be hard pressed to actually find some space here when running amongst these cars like this.
I mean, he took 0.4 seconds off in that sector. Using the other cars along the straights, definitely going to drag him along as well. So as long as it's clean and not touching anybody else and not being slowed down by the car in front, Alan here could find himself on quite a hottie. Does improve his lap time. Yeah. That's Camo. Can we jump onto Camo here? Camo is just hitting banger laps here. 101.8. Currently our pole position, Camoto ZA. And he's not stopping just yet, not pulling into the pits to save himself. He wants to continue to improve on those times. He wants to get low splits in those 101s.
It's going to be interesting though, because he's gaining on this marker over here, and if he uses him properly, he can, like you said, use that slip to drag him along, make up those times on the start finish straights.
He's looking a bit wide, does get it under control again, throws it nicely back into the right-hander here. He's kind of losing a bit of speed here.
Yeah, he's struggling with some understeer though, that's for sure.
Lost a little bit of time up into, it looks like, is it Faust in front of him? No, it's not. That would be a different Faust. So Camo doesn't improve his time, a much slower lap from him there. Who else is coming? Who's coming around for the? Let's go to any of those drivers coming out to the end of the second sort of split. For the last two right-handers, you can choose any of them. Oh, Amp running a little bit wide. Yeah. Ulti gonna manage to slip through there. Still hasn't found much more pace. Faust, he's actually up in front of him.
Red Phoenix running through second to last.
Camo's time is actually quite disgusting at this point.
Yeah, no,
I'm impressed.
Yeah, you know, he's taken a big gap out of everyone else. They're gonna need to play catch up at this point. What Red Phoenix is able to do.
Yo, thanks, Sylv. I think that the current way that I'm running my audio setup does have a little sound glitch with audio, so I do apologize for that. It will be fixed in the future. Red Phoenix here, looking like he's trying to set a bit of a banger. Was struggling with his corner earlier and still struggling with it now. Runs it very wide.
Was able to go faster on his previous lap, but unfortunately, yeah.
So TK Raptor down in 4th. Can we jump down to him for a little bit? Also a man to watch out for. Very, very quick. Currently just off the pace, but there's a lot of cars around, a lot of dirty air, a lot of time to be found in slipstreams if possible. But at the same time, it's, you know, adapting to other people's driving lines really does impact the way that you drive yourself. So you can just see how many cars are on this tiny little circuit. Look at that little map in the top right hand side of the screen and just see how many cars are banging around here. I can't wait for the start of the race. That's when things start to get interesting, because everybody starts at the same time and we see the Caterpillar go around. TK Raptor running it wide, getting back on track and validating his time there. Another Primate actually setting himself up into a second position. Does have a penalty there. Can you bring up the lap time score sheet? There should also be a little... Yeah, there we go. So it looks like he's actually dropped 2 grid places as a penalty for cutting or invalidating something. Did manage to get a 102.1, but is going to drop 2 grid places, so going to put himself down in 4th position, and everybody going to benefit from that.
It may have actually been one of those last corners there. They're too easy to cut, and frankly, you know, if you're looking to make that really fast lap, sometimes you just get, you know, two wheels over the line too much, and penalty.
Rich, I don't know if your mic on my side is also just cutting out a little bit. I don't know if you just want to adjust your sensitivity, pick you up a little bit more, because it is cutting out a tiny smidge.
Is that better?
That's better. Shout out Bread Rolls ZA, South Africa. SA, my boy.
He's coming to watch.
He's actually one of my long-term school friends.
I
haven't seen him in the streams for a while, so shout out to him. Coming to watch some GT5s racing. Those that don't know what this is, it's a qualifier for the main Dominus League, which will be a multi-class event. GT4s, GT3s, much longer race stints. I think longer qualifying and practice sessions as well. But obviously the top drivers going through to GT3s, and the lower seeded drivers will be driving the GT4s, as well as anyone who didn't enter into this qualifier will be put down in GT4s for the start, and then going forward, I think, you know, it will just be a promotion and relegation kind of vibe.
Yeah,
from my understanding.
He who does well advances, basically. So.
Dominus Bread Roll is an old always high boy. Anyway, Camo also seems to have picked up some penalties there. Can we bring up the timesheet again? Because that might have also taken away his... That looks like it's taken away his pole position there. Going to give it up to Etienne. So Camo going to be kicking himself a little bit. Pushing a little bit too hard, perhaps. Shout out Wachter 182. I'm sorry if I brutalized your name and you're not Afrikaans, and I attempted Afrikaans. I'm bad at Afrikaans. Let's just leave it at that. But shout out, bro. Thanks for coming to watch. Silverstone National currently just got the score position, or the qualifying positions. Ulti is struggling for pace, down in 5th. Possibly trying to find himself a victory to make it 3 in a row here. With the lap times coming out, it looks like he's going to
be hard
have himself a little bit hit himself a little bit of a battle. Yeah,
no, absolutely.
Maybe he's giving himself a couple of cars to have some fun with as well. I don't think that's what he wants to do.
Setting himself a challenge.
No, I know the competitive.
Personally,
I know the competitive nature of the likes of Ulti. He is he's feeling the pressure here from the boys in the Dominus League, and that's
what he's able
to
do here. No, he obviously on his outlap at the moment. See what he's able to do this lap.
Yeah, currently got a little bit of Ginetta in front. Not going to be a problem for him as long as he doesn't find bad braking zones.
What is quite interesting is how much later he is actually he brakes for certain corners. He's on the anchors far later than other oaks, which is telling to obviously how he's been doing so far, but how much time he's taken off this Ginetta in front of him is also it's quite scary.
Rich, you can also jump between like the cockpit cams and race side cams. I know I've put way too much pressure on you for doing camera duties and casting. But I'm throwing you in. I throw you in the deep end, and I just kind of hope that you survive with me.
It's all good, guy. It's all good. I like myself some bonnet cam when it's qualifying time. It's nice to see the lines they hit. It's just great to see their brake markers, where they're braking in comparison to other guys.
100% agree with you, and it's also nice to have the little speedometer up as well. You can also, if you guys don't know, the green indicates is the accelerator and the red side is their brake, so you can see how much braking pressure they're putting on and how much accelerator. If you watch Ulti, it's always green, so we may as well go to someone else. I want to see Alan again. He's down in 7th at the moment, so 102.5. Only 2.2 minutes basically remaining, so maybe 2 laps for guys that are out. Alan coming out of the pits to try and get another lap in before the end of qualifying.
He looks like he may get his last qualifying lap in. I think he's got enough time. Unless he gets held up or spins, he's definitely got enough time.
I mean, 2 minutes, he does have time to get around the circuit one more time and start another lap, so
Definitely.
he will have time to set a lap time. But it's one of those things, you're setting it down to, can you keep it round, get it round in a fast enough time within 2 laps? That pressure is on you. You don't have any more time after that to qualify. So
Yeah,
as it is
gotta,
provisionally, it looks like Etienne Kleb going to be taking pole based on the fact that Camo has given himself a grid position penalty. Unfortunately, Grinchmeister not here tonight, is in the chat though. So thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate you being here, even in spirit. We do miss you in the racetrack. And looks like 3 guys actually picking up pit penalties. Etienne gonna just bin it round. You spin me right round, baby. Right round.
Right round. Well, he is in pole, so I suppose all he has to do is hold thumbs now. Definitely not going to get his last lap in.
No. So let's go on to Alan, see how he's doing. Oh, another primate. He's also Chucky, trying to find himself another. He's dropped 2 positions, so he'll actually be starting in 5th after qualifying 3rd. So if he can find himself another position up into 2nd and start in 4th, he'll be happy. But
see what he's able to do here.
No,
definitely not, unfortunately.
Yeah. 0.2 seconds slower on that lap round compared to his fastest lap. Alan and Ulti still out, trying to set another lap. Ulti this will be his last lap to try and set a qualifying position. Currently down in 7th. Everybody finding pace over Ulti at the moment.
Yeah, that is a surprising one. Maybe he is trying to hustle people. Maybe he's got money riding on this that we don't know about.
Match fixing.
You want to call it? I suppose you call it that.
Straight up match fixing. No.
Straight up match fixing.
You know what? Everybody is coming out with their A game, and Ulti's always just a man to watch. He's obviously leading the Drivers' Championship for a reason. Currently down in 7th, just shows how much A game everybody else is bringing around him, even if it is an off night for him. He can get faster than a 102, I feel. He knows that.
I think he definitely does know that. Let's see if he may not have the time.
And he does get himself up to 2nd, so doesn't prove himself, does shove everybody else down. Kleb gets,
that's good to see.
It's actually going to be a podium for Ulti, because Cameron's going to drop a position. So Ulti gets himself the pole anyway. Provisionally. No, not even provisionally. That's poor use of English. Shoot me now. He gets the pole position based on Camo dropping a position. So 50 seconds cool down in the qualifying here. Silverstone National at night time with random Project Cars 2 shadows. Just
all over the place.
They basically...
Spooky ghost.
I feel like they're caused from other cars. I don't know if that's why they're there. But anyway, so running through things, if you want to just go to a trackside camera and we follow some guys that are still around the track, you can just kind of click around them. We got 22 seconds. Qualifying over. There we go.
Here we go.
So essentially the guys now will get a couple minutes to set up their cars.
Get everything ready, change their setups if they need to, from maximum attack off to a bit of race format setting.
Yeah, so let me just, I feel like because I'm hosting the server at the moment, I click continue here to let them go through to their setup stage. There we are on the grid. Look at the beautiful view of all these damn cars lined up.
That's a lot of cars for a very short start-finish straight.
Yeah, so turn 1 here, I'm hoping that guys are focused. There are a lot of vehicles around. Going to be a little bit hair-raising, to say the least.
Yeah,
it is race 3 of Dominus Gaming's GT5 qualifier, and I'm joined tonight by my co-caster, not Steady 80 or Spandex Cobra. It is Angelus ZA. He's also on the cameras, so give the man some props and follows on the Twitterverse. He's multitasking. I'm abusing him. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay, so the guys currently just lining up on the grid. They've setting up their cars. They've got, I think it's about 60 or so seconds to make some last minute changes.
Yeah, it usually gives them a little bit to just make sure
We'll get a sound.
everything's 100%.
We'll get a sound indicator letting us know that things are ready. Engines will get going. You'll hear them rev up and a little sinking icon, and that lets us know that things are ready to go. I'm excited. Ulti managed to get that pole position, I mean, out of nowhere, right at the end of the qualifying session. Camo, unfortunately, had a banger lap time. Unfortunately, due to track limits, puts him down into second. Etienne Kleb in third.
Now sinking.
Yeah, there we go. You can hear the cars starting to rev up. Silverstone National, 20 laps. Lights are ticking down, and things are go here at Silverstone National. Cars are off the grid. Oh, big crash at the back already. Slow start, gonna just get rammed right over. Coming into T1 here on board with Ulti. He manages to get away quite nicely. Etienne Kleb still holding down second position. Camo into third. Still doing things okay. T1 looking very, very clean from everybody here. Nice and impressive. Our full field coming out and heading into another hair-raising on the brakes moment for everybody. Ulti starting to put some legs between him and Camo. Camo not going to let that gap get too big. 0.5 seconds between first and second, but the entire field, first to fifth, down to like literally within a second of each other. Faust, he's down in sixth. Another Primate in seventh. Alan dropped down to eighth. As these cars now start to get their engines and tires warmed up. Everybody,
yeah, by now tires should be nice and roasty. They can definitely start making moves on one another. They'll definitely have the grip. That's for sure.
Yeah, so Ulti leads. Looks like Etienne Kleb going to find himself in second position. Battles from fourth to sixth starting to progress. Camo and TK Raptor down in fourth and fifth are actually having a little fight here, side by side through the pits. Exit straight as Camo still comes away with it. TK Raptor chasing him down within, I mean, not even 0.1 of a second. TK Raptor actually going to be on the inside line. Oh no, forced to the outside line there.
Definitely forced hard to the outside, running a very
nice,
wide line.
Nice defensive line coming out from Camo there. Full field still driving around at the moment. We can get a little run through of the drivers in just a second. The battle. Look at the cars on the straight.
It's incredible.
Insane amount of cars.
On this track at the moment for such a small little circuit. It's incredible.
Absolutely. TK Raptor here. Does he make the stick here on Camo? Still fighting it out. Nice. They're holding their line perfectly. TK Raptor there. Nice runaway on the straight. Is going to get away from Camo there. Camo trying to tuck back. Take advantage of a cutback opportunity, but
use the slip down to T1 over here. It's going to be good work for him. These guys have been swapping positions like literally the whole last of laps. So let's see if these guys can keep this up.
So it looks like, is that Phobia in second position at the moment? So Phobia's made his way all the way up the field. Very nice drive coming out from him. Currently sitting in second, chasing down an Ulti. A little bit of space to TK Raptor in third. 1.2 seconds. Being closed down. I won't lie about that. Camo into fourth. Jason Absmeyer, LT's teammate, into fifth position. It looks
we
like
definitely have two races forming, though. We've got the first four runners here pulling away from the rest of the pack, and then a decisive battle starting to happen for fifth and sixth.
100%. The first three here are going to just have themselves a nice little scrabble out, and that pack behind is a mighty pack, I think.
That is very...
The potential for other cars to join in with this is also high because there's just so many cars together trying to find space, trying to find a line. Someone's got to give up a position, and it will slow them down for anyone behind them to start catching up. I mean, that fifth to sixth is within, I mean, they're all running within 5 seconds of LT. So currently within a second of each other.
Less than a second of each other.
Less than a second of each other.
Bumper
0.2 of a second. Oh, bumper to bumper. Oh, big crash coming out there. Etienne Kleb going to spin out. Another Primate's also in a big accident. Loses everything on his car. Going to have to rejoin on the circuit here. But lots of cars coming around. He's going to have to play it safe to get on here safely. Is going to manage to rejoin, but drops down quite a couple of positions. This is going to allow space coming up.
Lots of slow vehicles out on the straight as well. Faster cars having to make their way around.
Rich, your mic's like doing this weird robot crackling sound.
That may also be my internet having a party, hey? If I must be very honest with you.
Okay, so the internet's also maybe a little bit glitchy there. It's okay, we got the cameras going. I can still hear you. Just
Good
wanted
stuff.
to let you know I didn't know what it was. So,
Okay.
Alan, 6th position. He's still looking for a little bit of space here. Jason Absmeyer in front of him within a second's reach in that black and green Ginetta.
That's a good looking little car, that one. Fantastic livery.
Also one of my personal favorites. So it looks
Yeah, no,
like
that's a good looking car.
if we're gonna run down, let's get a rundown. You can just click through them. Ulti up in first, Phobia second, TK Raptor third, Camo fourth, Jason Absmeyer in fifth, Alan in sixth, Andre Hildebrandt in seventh, Trapped in eighth, Ford Cave in ninth, Faust in 10th, Amsterdam in 11th, Etienne Kleb in 12th having a little fight. Etienne Kleb and Speedy Frosty having a fight. Vivstar also coming in to have a little bit of a look-see. Gets very sideways, close action. Everybody managing to get out of that alive. A little bit of a dive bomb coming in from Vivstar there on lap 5. But looks like no one really losing out too much other than Etienne Kleb to Speedy Frosty. So continuing
he's
down.
Unfortunately, he had a long fall for this race. He's way down there in 13th at the moment.
Yeah, so Etienne in 13th. Defender down in 14th. Renesis in 15th. Another Primate in 16th. He's also, I mean, he qualified 5th. Had that big crash, now down in 16th. Unfortunate for him.
He's going to struggle with I'm sure there must be some serious handling damage to that car. There's no way there can't be.
Yeah, massive damage. Currently just fighting it out with Red Phoenix, it looks like, in 17th.
Yeah, it is.
18th, Heinstein. 19th, Karma. 20th, Vivstar. Also lost a couple of positions, Alchemy, 21st. Just for kicks, currently off the track, 22nd. Big incident obviously just happened again. Looks like with Demon down in 23rd. Demon getting back on the track. And that's our entire field. So Ulti and Phobia actually going to be having a fight up here. Look at the distance between them. Ulti must have had a crash. Phobia cat closing down on Ulti in second position.
In a very, very big way there as well. He must have had an off that just cost him enough time.
The wolf pack is hunting him down. And the wolf pack being Phobia, Camo and TK Raptor all bunched up together. Ulti leads. It's only by 0.2 seconds at the moment. And Phobia trying to have another look-see as just behind it's going to be Camo and TK Raptor changing positions back and forth as they hold each other's racing lines. Really nice, clean, close racing coming out from these guys in the GT5s. And this is nice to see on Silverstone National.
Yeah, these guys are absolutely bringing it to one another. The gap between first and second right now, these guys are running unbelievably close to one another.
Oh, Phobia is going to have an outside line here. Going to try and tuck back in close to Ulti. Really wants to try and take this. Both of them actually picking up penalties there. If we can just bring up the leader times and just see how many seconds each of them has. So 1 second for Ulti, 4 seconds for Phobia as Camo takes positions off Phobia. Phobia reshuffles back in. Camo and Phobia fighting it out here. Camo on the very right side of that track. Going to get close again. Looks like Phobia still going to settle into second. Everybody super close to one another on board here with TK Raptor as he tries to capitalize on the fight here. It does look like Phobia running wide there to Camo. Camo going to give up the position though. Phobia dives back in. Defensive driving coming in here. TK Raptor inside line here trying to take on Camo. Is going to try and take the position back here, but Camo just has the legs on him to keep the nose in front. Camo and TK Raptor having a phenomenal drive tonight.
A little bit of rubbing coming down the straights. These guys don't want to give each other even a millimeter of space.
Oh, this is just phenomenal racing coming out. So our top 4 guys, within a second, we'll see the spin-off coming out. That's going to be, is that just for kicks?
Just for kicks. Yeah, look at this. Look at the extent of the damage on the back of that car. He must be dealing with something that's just making.
Ulti's had a crash. Ulti spun off. Ulti's down in 4th position. It means that the Wolfpack is going to go through. Phobia going to take the lead. TK Raptor in 2nd. Camo in 3rd. Ulti down in 4th position is going to hang back there. You see him behind the wolf pack here. Phobia's actually got himself a nice little bit of space here.
Definitely miscapitalized on that, giving himself some distance. Ulti pushing really hard to try and catch him. Very aggressive line.
Very aggressive line indeed. Does manage to hold on to it. Cuts down that gap to the back of Camoto. They are still within a second's reach here. Jason Absmeyer,
Leading that
teammate.
second little race at the moment.
Yeah, and behind him, Alan, Faust, Hildebrandt, and yeah, that's kind of Ford Cave is just behind. They're not really with the rest of the battle though. So right now, the fights that are ensuing are obviously for position. Phobia has a 4-second lead. I mean, a 4-second penalty to his name. TK Raptor, that currently would technically make him the race winner with that 4-second lead. Camo second, and Ulti's actually dropped
quite significantly.
I mean, down to 8th position. He's damaged his car severely. He's losing positions here.
I have a feeling that him and Camoto actually had a potential coming together. We may have actually seen Camoto running. Apologies. Someone's off. Who's off there? No, it's not one of the front runners there.
It's not one of the front runners at all here. I mean, it does look like Ulti going to be trying to chase down TK Raptor here, but I mean, 8.8 seconds here behind Phobia, who's now on his 11th lap. So just passing the halfway mark. Everybody entering their 11th lap now up front as Silverstone National starts to lighten up a little bit. It's also lightening up. The lights, the nighttime is disappearing. We're starting to get into the daytime cycle of the race.
That is also something I've always loved about this game. Truly, though, is day-night progression, the weather progression, all that kind of thing. It can throw a spanner in the works. It could very well start raining at some point in any of these races. So just keeps things nice and interesting.
I think in this one we'll definitely have no rain. I said it to clear, but
for sure, no. That's why you can see clear skies for days. Just later on, it could be, it could be quite interesting. These guys needing to make some, last-minute strategic changes to cars.
So, I mean,
setups.
Interestingly enough, if you look at the scoreboard on the left, you'll see a lot of red marks next to guys. A lot of penalties being picked up, and I'm not sure if that's just being forced into those track limit positions. I mean, some big penalties. Faust, 5 seconds to his name. Ford Cave, 7 seconds. Red Phoenix ZA, 6 seconds to his name. I mean, Phobia, our race leader, with 4 seconds. Ulti needs to close the gap down if he wants to get into any sort of capitalization of Phobia's penalties at the moment.
He has actually managed to take pretty much a second place at the moment, so he is definitely pushing extremely hard at this point in time to actually try to catch them.
I mean, that second pack, though, that we sort of saw earlier is now just kind of become Ulti, who's 8 seconds behind Phobia, to set for example, jumping on, if we can get onto Phobia, if we can go onto him quickly. I mean, Phobia here, he's going over the start-finish straight, about to come into the first corner before we even see, do we even see LTR? We just see them come into view at the back there. TK Raptor, the man to try and take a position of Phobia. That's going to be the next battle that we see. He's trying to close the gap. He is within a second's reach. And closing, I'm going to close it into 0.8 seconds. Oh,
there seems to be a little bit of give and take, a little bit of ebb and flow between the two. But he's, Phobia's doing good work to actually just keep him just that little bit behind him, keep him out of the slope, just run him in the dirty air back there.
Yeah, and it looks like as things progress here, Phobia gonna feel the pressure from TK Raptor coming out there, find his right foot a little bit more, pick up the gap, and make TK Raptor work for everything. Ulti still chasing things down. He is within 7.5 seconds of the leader, not 8 seconds anymore. Yeah. But there's not 100, laps to go. This is a limited time race. There's 7 laps essentially to try and close this down. He has 7 seconds lead. He needs to take a second off every single lap.
He just needs to either, keep up the pace in case one of them makes a mistake. Something I would like to point out is this guy, champion of champions, up in 9th, obviously not as much damage as we thought, just missing a little bit of body work. But your guy, another primate, pushing
Yes.
hard, missing a lot of body work from his car. That must be affecting handling.
Oh.
Big coming together though.
So just to kind of turning in there, it looked like,
Yeah,
and not being away, unfortunately. Yeah, so more damage done to poor Chucky's car. Shout out Penguin, I see you in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Renesis down in 13th position. His car looking in much better position than Chucky's at this point in time. Most of the body panels still in view as
TK Raptors managed to take a little bit of time off of him as well. He's managed to close the gap ever so slightly.
he has closed it down. He is within that seconds lead again. So it was 1.5 seconds in the previous couple of sectors. TK Raptor was close behind Phobia. Phobia, though, just remember, 4 seconds going to be added to his time. So TK Raptor's position as it stands now, within 4 seconds. He's got 4 seconds he can lose here to lose the entire position. Ulti, he's trying to close down that gap himself. He's got things down to almost less than 7 seconds. But unfortunately, that ebb and flow coming back in, and he had some quick sectors and now drops back down to 8 seconds behind Phobia, our race leader. Alan, he's still finding himself down in 8th. Clean race for him. A couple of guys with penalties in front of him as well. And Faust with about 5 or 6 seconds. So that's going to definitely push Alan up. I'm not sure what Ford Cave's current penalty is sitting at. 9 seconds. So these guys having very big cuts or incidents or problems with this track. Ford Cave and Faust need to be looked at by the stewards. I'm not sure what's happened there.
Yeah, I think the stewards are going to be busy after this race. We've seen some. I would love to know what happened on the start line there.
I think someone stalled and someone crashed into someone, but there's going to be a very busy stewards evening. So everybody, just to let you know, the race results are going to be provisional anyway until things are looked at. But Alan, if he keeps himself where he is, he's got the potential to actually find himself in 5th position because of all these penalties up in front of him. Jason Absmeyer also picking up a penalty. I didn't even see what his was, but he's currently 11.8 seconds off of Phobia in 1st.
Only
4
4
seconds.
at the moment.
I mean, we say only 4, but only 4 is 4 seconds. So if you're
a minute
and 100%, it's a lot of time. So I'm going to be pretty interested to see what the race results end up being. We are on lap 16 of 20, so only 4 laps to go. Ulti hasn't managed his challenge of cutting down a second a lap, and now finds himself quite far away from possibly finding our first. It would be our first. Would it be our first? What do you call it? Hat trick? What is a hat trick in racing? A hat trick? A hat trick is a hat trick.
I think a hat trick is just a hat trick.
Just a hat trick is a hat trick. So anyway, we could have had it. I may have jinxed it, calling it a hat trick before. So Ulti back down there. Jason Absmeyer 4th. Hildebrandt 5th. Not Jason Faust. Just Faust 6th. Fordcade 7th. Alan 8th. Kleb, he's managed to make his way back up the field again. I mean, he was in like 15. Now in 9th. Chucky still in 10th position there, so he's conceded just 1 position after his fight back to fame. Amp Zede, he's finding himself down in 12th. Speedy Frosty is actually the 12th runner, so Amp was in 11th. Renesis, I told you I'd mess it up, 13th.
You did say that indeed. You cursed yourself.
Red Phoenix 14, so also a much better race for him. Didn't have the incidents that he's had previously, so nice clean race coming out from Red Phoenix in the blue card. I thought it would be red. Defender, he does have red, down in 15th position. Karma, man that I wouldn't expect to find in 16th, but hasn't found the pace that he wanted. 16th for our boy Karma. Vista also struggled a couple of incidents with the car. I'm not sure if any damage was in sort of taken on. 17th. Einstein 18th.
Lots of visible damage to that car. Must be struggling still.
Yes, yeah, it's it's held together with toothpaste.
Yeah, and best wishes.
Yeah, I once repaired a door with Tipex. That looked better than what that car's done. So anyway, Alchemy down in 19th. Demon in 20th.
He looks like he's had a tough race also trying to keep out of everyone's way. Because you can see he's struggling, but you can also see he's struggling to also provide the faster drivers with a little bit of space to get around him. And just,
he does actually cut in quite hard then. Oh, spins himself off and Demon pins it into the wall. A lot of damage probably done once again, and it was actually that right side that he had damaged earlier, and now more damage. I mean, all of our front runners now have penalties. Phobia, TK Raptor, Ulti, Absmeyer, Phobia 4 seconds. TK Raptor found himself with a 1 second penalty. He is still within reach of Phobia, but that gap between him and Phobia is increasing as finds himself 2 seconds away. Ulti's closing things down. He finds himself 5.8 seconds behind Phobia, so he's chased down that 8 seconds that he needed earlier.
Raptor also finding himself also just losing a little bit of time. This could cost him, because if he loses any more time, it may just keep him in second.
Camo, what happened to you? I see that you've dropped out. I see you in the chat. Please type me a message so I can understand what's happened. We missed whatever's gone on. Currently, I mean, TK Raptor and Phobia, who were fighting things out, the gap between them has increased dramatically. It's 2.5 seconds. There's last lap here, so we're going to stay on board with Phobia, our current race leader. Provisionally, though, because he does have some penalties to his name, which will make... I'm pretty sure TK Raptor will now win this, but on board with Phobia here will be the first car to cross the finish line. May not be the first car on the leaderboard. Race complete. Phobia takes the victory. TK Raptor comes through in second position. Ulti third. Jason Absmeyer fourth. Faust fifth. Can we jump onto some of these? There we go. Faust coming through. He's actually still fighting it out. Faust hasn't quite crossed the finish line.
Right on his tail.
Yeah, Andre trying to make some space down. Isn't going to make it though, as he finishes fifth. Ford Cave comes through in seventh. Alan finished sixth there. But there are penalties here. Alan, one of the clean races on that leaderboard, going to come through. May benefit from the results coming out, as Kleb and Primates also don't have any penalties to their name, finishing 9th and 10th for Ford Cave. Oh no, sorry. Oh, big crash on the straight. Speedy Frosty going to take out. Who did he take out? Was that Amp?
I think he may have just taken himself out there. I think he lost control on the straight and just...
no,
definitely a grudge happening there.
There's definitely an anger.
Yeah, there's definitely some anger that was shown there towards
There was. So TK Raptor actually going to come out on top. Jeez, I can't find my words. So TK Raptor does find it. Phobia second. Ulti third. Jason Absmeyer fourth. Hildebrandt fifth. Faust sixth. Alan 7th, Etienne Kleb 8th, another Primate 9th, Ford Cave 10th, Amsterdam 11th, Renaissance 12th, Speedy Frosty 13th, Red Phoenix 14th, Karma 15th, Defender 16th, 17th, Vivstar 18th, Hein, Stain 19th, Alchemy 20th, Demon 21st, Just for Kicks, and that was the entire finishing, which was pretty impressive. I mean, a couple of penalties picked up, which unfortunately did impact Phobia's final position there. But I mean, ultimately a pretty good race out at Silverstone National. A couple of things for some stewards to have a look at.
Yeah, there's going to be lots of reviews happening, especially what we saw there on the last straight. I'm very curious to see what actually happened there.
I'm just saving the replay for, just in case purposes.
Yeah, likewise.
So anyways, guys, that was basically the end of tonight's stream and race. That was Silverstone. Next week we go to... I don't even know how to say it. Snetterton 200, is that it?
Snetterton, yeah.
Snetterton. You just forget how to say all the things in the... You just... Snetterton.
Just lots of syllables. Say it really quickly. You got it. No one will know the difference.
Okay, so thanks, Richard.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me, man.
Cool. I hope you join us next week. We can do some more stuff. We can have Eddie back as well. We can all chat. It was great having you here. Everybody
Thanks,
in the
man.
chat, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the follows from Sylv. I appreciate that. Guys, make sure to follow Dominus Gaming on Twitter. Make sure to follow Angelus ZA on Twitter. Make sure to follow everybody in sim racing. Everybody. Just follow, I'm kidding. Just make sure that you follow these people. They're doing cool things. Angelus, you do like your own thing as well, right?
GT Sport mostly, yeah. I run quite a big team in GT Sports, so we're hoping to dominate this season for our racing, and also just trying to get more involved in Project Cars 2 on console and PC now, so a lot more of them.
I mean, your mic is horrendous for me, and I don't know if it's your internet or if it's
we're gonna figure out what it is.
We will fix it for next time that he's here. But yeah, just make sure to follow Dominus. They've got all the insights and information. We'll see you next week, same time, same place for Snetterton 200.